going to record this today, edit and post it tomorrow. It's getting late. But there is some concern here, and I am not flowing with the trend. So I have Bitstamp chart up here, which brings back Bitcoin's history from when it was, a few cents. And on marketcipher, you can see here on the monthly, which is one of the highest time frames you can really look at, is that over time, momentum and money flow has been decreasing while price has been increasing. So this, bearish divergence on the money flow and MF and momentum. And currently, right, we have the local divergence as we made a new all-time high here up to 70K. However, the RSI, you can see the RSI here, is the highest it's ever been in its history. So RSI is the relative strength index. So the relative strength index is saying that it's the strongest it has ever been. Now, granted, the data doesn't really exist back here because Bitcoin's a relatively new asset, but that's not a bad sign. So the fact that we're still above the 60 threshold in this, high bullish momentum state right after this hidden bullish continuation on the monthly with, the alpha cipher still remaining completely bullish to the green as long as we, stay within this range area of 30 to 50K. Or, all-time highs, obviously. Man, this momentum wave could blob out, kind of like here, and keep going. That's always a potential. Money flow could always keep increasing. That's always a potential, right? So even with a bearish div, you never truly know. And that's where we get into the lower time frames analysis. So the weekly, man, a lot of people are screaming and crying and kicking that we're going to come down to, like 30K, which, at the monthly, it's the bottom of the EMA range. I could, possible, especially in crypto. Crypto can, pull one of these 50% overnight, but weekly doesn't exactly scream bearish to me. Yeah, it sucks that we've lost the 60 level, which is that, runaway train momentum on the weekly. And it sucks that we're kind of seeing money flow come out, but it really isn't coming out that strong. It's not coming out like it was back here when we entered the bear market, at least not yet. And the RSI, again, strong. Relative strength index, still up here. And we're still in this desert, this momentum desert. Even if we do have a nice wick down over the next couple days, or a couple weeks, sorry, this is the weekly chart, for a couple candles, if it doesn't really come that lower, we still have this bullish kind of macro structure where we're getting these higher lows, potentially, right? And higher highs. So we have macro bullish structure, and there's nothing insanely bearish about the weekly chart other than the fact that the monthly chart has that the bear div, right? And it's represented here as well, slightly with that bear div, but it's harder to notice. So and bear divs can keep diving, divergences can keep diverging, right? We had this bear div right here on the weekly, price came down and boom, we made all-time highs. So if we do come down for a few candles, just enough to make an even tighter weekly trigger wave, that would be an absurdly bullish signal to me. And that would be low 50Ks at the bottom of these EMAs, if the EMAs were to tighten up a bit. Now, that's kind of why I'm still not completely bearish. Obviously, we're short right now. It's really hard not to be short when you had the ancient pattern come up, the 4 impulse waves. You had the blood diamond on the daily. That's not a signal to mess with. I mean, my profile picture is a blood diamond. Come on. I know how powerful these daily signals are. I mean, just look at the only blood diamond to ever print on the weekly led to the bear market. It preceded the bear market, but that was on the weekly, right? On the daily, it's still a very powerful indication. It's been a week pretty much since then. Yeah, exactly a week so far. And price has come down a lot. So these are nothing to mess with. So when we saw that, we signaled it. We're like, hey, check this out. It's powerful. We also got them, let me just switch to Ethereum real quick. Ethereum got the Viper Eyes and another one. And Ethereum's just printed and confirmed, so Ethereum could have some way to go. You never know. But right now, what I'm kind of looking at here, we got that blood diamond, which isn't fun. Yeah, we got the money flow coming out and into the red with this pretty ugly looking RSI curving down. However, still retaining, that bullish market structure, higher lows, and this is technically hidden bullish divergence, which is why we're scalp long right now. We're scalp long on the hidden bullish divergence because we have hidden bullish divergence underneath the 60 wave here, and we're at the year-to-date anchored VWAP. So this year-to-date anchored VWAP is saying that this is a fair price on the entire year. This is probably the fairest price in the entire year to buy or to be entering into Bitcoin, which is at 57K. So the fact that we're under it, these are our scalp longs right here in this area, just under it. There were some bullish divs printing on like the 30-minute, for example. So these are our longs. Our longs are down here, just under, and we're kind of pretty much still at even. We did get this little pump, and altcoins like Pepe went up like 10% that we're also long on. So that's nice to be in, and we're seeing this. We're right at the year-to-date support. And we see the buying coming in. We see the momentum coming in. So I do think that we can continue up just a bit here. And, why not? The 15-minute, we're getting that curvature. So it's not looking extraordinarily bullish, right? But because we're at such a significant point the year to date, I think this is a good bet for at least the scalps. This isn't like swing, hold forever type stuff unless we rocket off of it. And hopefully we do. That'd be awesome if we're in some scalps that turn into awesome swings, but you can never truly predict that with high accuracy. So taking these wins as we can. Everyone's shorting right now because they're very fearful, but this is a very big zone for institutional buying. And we're here. We've been wishing, ever since price started ripping away from the year to date back here, we were wishing that we got an entry on the year to date, and we just had to go with scalps. But now we're here, now we're at the year-to-date, and everyone's crying, death and destruction. So I'm not too with the crowd on this one. I see it. It's really hard to argue a monthly bearish divergence. It's really hard to argue against that. So we're just going to have to take it slow, man. Take these scalps day by day. Not in any super confident swing anythings. I'm just taking these moves up and down these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%. And looking for altcoins that will outperform. Like I entered Bitcoin Cash, for example, because this was an actual really clear bullish divergence. So it was just a better entry than Bitcoin. So you see stuff like that on altcoins, and that they just usually lead to outperformance on Bitcoin, which is good for scalping because you get that higher percentage move, especially in leverage trading. And TRON, we're still long on TRON. I'm still long on TRON. The TRON swing long we called in the VIP group. You can see that now the alpha cipher is getting even more bullish, and this looks great. This looks amazing for the bulls. I love how there was some bearish potential, and then it really just got rejected. So that's great for TRON. We love to see it. Still long on TRON.